It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Jimmy, Tom Jensen, SpeedTV.com. Earlier this week, Hendrick announced that they were releasing 12 people. General Motors announced today that they could be out of cash by summer. Ford announced today they could be out of cash by next spring. There's at least 15 teams looking for sponsors out there, and everybody's talking merger. For years and years and years, this sport has just been grow, 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 and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it looks like it's scaling back. How serious is that an issue in the garage, and how much do you guys worry about that?
We certainly worry about it. I think everyone in the world is worried about their financial future. Doesn't matter if it's in the motorsports or other sports, even just regular businesses and people at home trying to pay their bills. So that crunch is out there. The things that have gone on at Hendrick, some of it, a lot of it's just been trying to make the company better, and some changes that have gone on, things that have gone on in the 588 shop. And really things in general with staffing. I don't have any part in what goes on there, but everybody's always looking at how you can do it for less and more lean and different things like that. So those all apply to what's gone on at Hendrick, trying to make the team better, trying to be lean and more efficient. That's, I think, the way any business operates. But in today's market, you've even got to consider people that you really like and need, and wonder, am I just doubled up in this area, and I really only need one guy that specializes in X, and you got to be smart with money right now, because there's no telling when this thing's going to turn around.
All right, we're going to take 4 more questions. Bonkowski, Coleman, Poole, Newton. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry Bonkowski, Yahoo Sports. It's going to be an off-the-wall question here. Is there a downside to winning a championship? And what I'm getting at is this: last year you win the championship, but you guys struggled at the beginning of this season because you couldn't really work on this season stuff at the end of last year. Is that a downside that you can't prepare for 2009 because you're in the heat of the battle of 2008?
In some cases, but I look at what we did over the off season, and we worked the same hours as if we would have won it or not. I think there were a couple small things that we could have done a little bit better. Could have participated in the Atlanta test and some things like that, but I can't really look back and say, because we didn't go to that Atlanta test in October or whatever it was, that it affected the start of our year. We just were working in the wrong areas. The time was put in, the money was spent, the effort was there. We just were working in the wrong spots and paid the price for it. But I think in some cases you've seen it before, and it can happen. But we worked very hard through 06 to 07 and 07 to 08 to not let that happen to us. So we made a conscious effort to make it right, and just didn't get it right.
Dave Coleman, David Poole, David Newton. Go ahead.
Jimmy, maybe we're getting a week or two ahead of ourselves here, but there's a lot of talk about what's your place in the sport, especially if you win 3 championships in a row. How does that make you feel that conversation is even going on? I mean, are you comfortable with that? And to put you on the spot, what do you think it is?
Yeah, I'm certainly comfortable with it. I'm very proud that what I've done and what this race team has done, it's put us in the situation to have people ask the question. I mean, that's a great byproduct of what we've been doing. So I'm excited about that, and the conversation has started, and I still have many, many, many years left of driving. So I don't think there is an answer. I think when a driver gets to the end of his career and thinks about hanging the helmet up, that's when the real question comes along, and more of an answer needs to take place then. But still, you have the deal that takes place. Was Richard Petty the best, or was Dale Earnhardt Sr.? So I don't think there's ever closure to it. I'm just excited that what I've done has led people to talk about me with those other names. So I think it's very cool, and excited and hopeful to pull off 3. And I haven't spent much time thinking about where I fit into all of this, because I still have a lot of years left, and I think that I can improve my stats in race wins and qualifying, and hopefully more championships to come.
David Poole.
David Poole, Charlotte Observer. When you're in a different place, like Mark said, this year than past years, in that the 2 years you won the championship, coming into this race, you were still pretty much in attack mode. Now you're in defend mode. And, you can say all you want to that you don't know that you have a 106-point lead, but we all know that you do. Have you found defending or trying to sort of not have, I mean, last week there didn't seem to be a sense of panic even though you guys were struggling. And maybe that's the hallmark of your team, that there is no panic. But is it more difficult, or how is it different to be on this end of it than, say, attacking all the time and trying to catch up, and or the way you were last year dueling with Jeff?
It just depends on what's taking place. And last week there was a calmness because we had a big points lead. We got off on that third run, and then the runs around that, we had the speed to be in the top 10. So, and we found comfort in some areas. We also knew that if we melted down and Chad pushed me too hard and I crashed the car, or we didn't have the right energy in the pit and missed a lug nut and had to come back in and tighten up a wheel or lost a wheel, those things would create bigger problems. So I think out of our team maturing and growing, we dealt with that a lot better. And I think that last weekend shows you can't just defend. You can't be comfortable with any size points lead. You need to attack. You don't know what's going to take place. You don't know what's going to go on. So I'm still in attack mode. Certainly, with a 106-point lead, I don't need to take as much risk, and it can, there's a little bit of a different feel to it than what I had chasing Jeff last year. But the more I can look at what our team has been successful with and how we've acted, the better we're going to do, and that is staying aggressive. And that's why I keep saying this over and over, is that's where we perform our best. And last week we were mature and had a little bit of a points lead we didn't have to stress too much about, so we handled it right. But this weekend we're showing up. We want the trophy. I mean, we know what the points breaks are. We know what we need to do. And the first goal would be to try to leave here and not have to worry about racing in Homestead. Will that happen? Probably not. I mean, Carl's going to be strong here. But if I can keep the points where they are, take the trophy home, we're in great shape.
Final question, David.
Yeah, Jimmy, my question actually got asked a couple questions ago, but when they're talking about being ranked among the greatest ever, where you were 5-10 years ago, did you ever allow yourself or even think, hey, if I get a chance, I could be one of the greatest ever? And I just wonder how you fathom the kind of attention you're getting now.
I can't say I've ever looked at that or thought of my my career going that direction. I mean, everybody has high hopes and everybody's confident in what they do, and I feel that I do a good job in that race car, but to have it develop as it has, I couldn't dream that big. No. So it's been a great ride, and again, I still feel like there are a lot of great years ahead of me, and I hope to improve my position in the sport. Not directly, but Jeff has taught me a lot by leading through example. And when I first came on board and was trying to get to know Jeff and the way he thought and what he thought about racing, it was very easy for me to see that he was a humble guy that had a lot take place in a short period of time. And he would openly admit that so much more has happened to him than he could have ever dreamed of. And he was very grateful for those things. So having somebody to look up to that was in check and balanced out helped me a lot and put it in perspective. So he's been a good mentor in that respect.
Jimmy, we certainly appreciate your time. We wish you a lot of success and luck this weekend.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay, we got Tony Stewart with an announcement coming in right now.